Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Joanne and today we are finally picking out my March TBR. We're a week into March. Life has been lifing, just to say. I've been so busy. Some exciting things though, so it's okay. It's just been a lot. So I'm a little bit behind on where I wanted to be in terms of reading and BookTube content, but we're back, we're making it work. So yeah, we're going to pick out my March TBR using my trusty TBR jar prompts. However, before we get started, I have a couple of books that I want to add onto my TBR cart. We're quite full, so we're gonna have to change some things over. But the first one that I want to add to my TBR is the first book in the Crescent City series by Sarah J Maas. We had some news this week about a certain 2 books being released in the space of a couple of months each other, the first one coming in October, and I still have not picked up this series, so I need to catch up. I'm also hoping to do an ACOTAR reread before book 6 comes out, but we need to start with this because there is some crossover. We do have some cameo appearances in this series, so I need to make sure that it's read, and I've put it off for far too long, so this is going on there. And then I do also have some new books. Now I'm not going to put all of my new books, I need to film a haul because I've acquired quite a few books in the last couple of months that I want to share with you. But first of all, I have a proof copy of Almost Life by Kieran Millwood Hargrave. This is a seriously hotly anticipated read for me. It sounds amazing. I cannot wait to read it, and I'm hoping to get it on my TBR this month because it comes out on the 12th of March. So literally in a few days, so it'd be great to read this ASAP. Pan Macmillan Book Break kindly sent me this one, so very excited to read this. We then of course have And Now Back to You by BK Borison. This is the gorgeous Works edition with the sprayed edges. I am obsessed with BK Borison's writing, can I just say. First Time Caller was a 5-star read for me. I adored it, and I cannot wait to get back into this series. They are interconnected standalones, and in this book we are following Jackson, who is the weatherman at Heartstrings Radio, and Delilah, I believe, yes. And there is kind of like an opposites attract, forced proximity situation, so very excited to read this one. Again, desperately want to get this on my TBR for March, and to be honest, if it doesn't end up on my TBR, I'm probably just going to read it anyway. So I've also got The Lies That Summon the Night by Sonia Adet. Now I've heard incredible things about this book. It is quite short, so that would be a nice fantasy. Also, I am back in my fantasy mood. I was not in a fantasy mood in the month of February. I read a lot of literary fiction. Don't know what that was about, but there we go. So yeah, back in my fantasy mood, so I want some good fantasy books on my TBR this month, along with then A Stage Set for Villains by Shannon J. Spann. Again, incredible reviews. Can't wait to read this. It sounds right up my street. So yeah, I need to get these on the cart somehow. So I think what I'm going to do, I have taken Nevernight off my TBR cart because I know I'm not in the mood for that. I don't want to read that this month. I've put Fallen City back on here because I didn't get to that in the month of February. My TBR kind of went out the window a little bit in February, but I did finish 6 books. I'll do a wrap up because I have a lot to say about those books. So yeah, that's back on the cart, as is The Will of the Many. That's around the back. Didn't get to that. Like I say, just wasn't in a fantasy mood, and that is a chunky boy of a fantasy book. I think what I'm going to do is take off The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden, simply because we're going into spring now, and I'm over winter. I don't want to read about winter. Winter is done. in my opinion. So I think I'm going to take this off. This will just wait until the end of the year. And I also think I'm going to take off A Treachery of Swans, just because I'm not inclined to reach for it. So that's going to come off, which means that I can put on these. And then for now, honestly, they can live there because they're priority, so I'm hoping to get to them. Okay, there we go. So let's start. Oh, I have just finished, just to say, I've just finished Atmosphere. I finished that last night. And when I say I bawled my eyes out, cried like a baby, like ugly, snotty tears at that book, it has been a long time since I cried at a book like that. And yeah, it was stunning. It has changed my life. So I've already finished one book this month. Did technically start it at the very end of February. It was on my February TBR, but we've only just finished it. So I've already read one book this month. I'm counting it because I read most of it this month. And my book club pick, which is kind of a non-negotiable on my TBR, is A Tempest of Tea, which I'm reading on my Kindle because it was on the 99p Kindle deals, which has worked out quite nicely. So that's my book club pick. So that is automatically going on my TBR. I'm not gonna tempt fate with prompts. So with that being said, already a week into March and having a book on my TBR already, I'm going to pick out 5 prompts this month. I was very ambitious in February and I did not get to read all of the books on my TBR. So I'm going to kind of just reduce it a little bit and give myself a little bit more of a chance to actually complete my TBR. So we're going to go with 5 prompts this month. But yeah, let's go. Okay. Okay, let's go with this one. It's quite a long one actually. What does it say? I think that's upside down, isn't it? There we go. A book with an even number of pages. Oh, okay, this is quite like a free open prompt. So I'm just gonna pick some books that I know I definitely want to read and hope that one of those has an even number of pages. Okay, this is like my top must read of the month, so fingers crossed for an even number of pages. Okay, do I include, oh okay, even, yeah, there we go, 438 pages, yay! Okay, so book number 1, a book with an even number of pages. This has 438, is And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. Cannot wait. I'm going to pick this up pretty much immediately. Yes! Okay, great start. You can go there. Prompt number 2. Go this one. Set in a non-Western inspired world. Okay. I think I had a specific book in mind for this when I wrote this. And actually this might be quite a nice opportunity to finish a series as well. Where is it? I think it's on the back actually. Okay, so for this I am going to pick A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir. This is book 4 in the Ember Quartet, so it's the final book. It is set in a fantasy world, but it's kind of based on Middle Eastern mythology, so it includes like the jinn and things like that. And yeah, it's about time I finished this because I started this series last year, pretty much binge read the first 3 books, and then for some reason it's like my toxic trait just to not finish the series. So we're gonna finish the series. I think this was also on a TBR towards the end of last year. It might have been like my November TBR, and I just didn't get around to it. So it needs to be done. So book 2, a book set in a non-Western inspired world, is A Sky Beyond the Storm. Looking quite purple. That's very nice. Here we go. Why am I using my left hand? That feels wrong. Is that one? Or is that 2? Oh, I think I've got 2. Okay. I have more of a hold on this one. What does it say? An author with the same initial or initials as you. So J being my first name and F being my surname. So I could go with Jeanette McCurdy. Could also go with Jennifer Delaney. Both those are J. Or Julie Soto. Okay, so it's got to be one of the J's because I don't actually think there is an author with a surname beginning with F on my TBR card. So I could go with, let me get out the options. Okay, so I've decided just to pull 2. There are 4 options on here, but I could either go with Rose in Chains or I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, which is an autobiography. I think I'm leaning towards this because I've been wanting to read it a while. I haven't actually read a non-fiction book this year yet, so it'll be nice to break things up a little bit as something a little bit different. And I'm just thinking about my Goodreads reading challenge bookmarks, and this will tick off one of those. I don't think I'll finish those bookmarks, but this will get me a step closer. So I actually think I'm going to go with I'm Glad My Mum Died by Jeanette McCurdy, which I'm excited for. I just also hope that I don't pick out the non-fiction prompt because then I'll end up with 2. But we're going to go with this one. Yay. Okay, let's go for prompt number 4. Oh. This one, it's nicely folded up. A fantasy book. Yes. Okay. Oh, what to go for though? What do I feel in the mood for? Okay. So I could go with The Fox and the Devil. This is a proof copy. This comes out this month. So what does it say? An obsession with a beautiful serial killer entangles a vampire hunter's daughter in an immortal sapphic romance in this mesmerising new gothic fantasy from the best-selling author of Lucy Undying. So it is a sapphic romantasy, gothic vibes. Enough said. I am sold. This is what we're going for. So I'm going to pick up The Fox and the Devil by Kirsten White for my fantasy book prompt. Yeah, this comes out in March, like this month. I think quite soon. So I'd like to get to this as soon as possible. Excellent stuff. Very paperback centered month. Not had a hardback yet. There we go. Okay, final prompt. Let's make it a good one. Going for one right at the bottom. This one here. What does that say? A romance book. Oh, okay. Because I do also have one here, so that's why I'm like, because I don't know if I wanted another one. Okay. What could I go for? I could go for Mate because that's quite different in terms of theme. It is sort of like a paranormal romance, and I did really enjoy Bride, so that might be nice to get to. Oh, is this a romance? A love story for the ages. I think this is a romance, and this is like more of a literary romance. So actually, I think I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to go for Almost Life by Kieran Millwood Hargrave. Again, it comes out in March. I really want to read it as it's coming out so I can review it properly. So yeah, for a romance book, we're going to go with a literary romance with Almost Life. This colour palette, like this stack of books, looks beautiful together. I am obsessed with this TBR and I cannot wait. Plus A Tempest of Tea. So let's round up. For my first book, this was a book with an even number of pages. We've got And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. For a book set in a non-Western inspired world, A Sky in the Storm by Sabaa Tahir. This is book 4 in the Ember Quartet. A book by an author with the same initial as you, so Jeanette McCurdy. We've gone for I'm Glad My Mum Died. For a fantasy book, we've got a sapphic gothic fantasy romance with The Fox and the Devil by Kirsten White. And then for a romance book, we've got Almost Life by Kieran Millwood Hargrave, which is a literary romance. And then of course my book club pick for the month, which is A Tempest of Tea. So there we have it. My TBR for March finally picked, and I could not be happier with this lineup. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have such a good reading month. Cannot wait, because I also thought I was hitting a slump towards the end of last month. So very much excited to get stuck into these. Let me know what you are planning on reading in the month of March and which of these I should read first. Just let me know in the comments below. Or if you're not sure what to comment, put in a purple love heart emoji for And Now Back to You, because that's going to be my first one of these that I read, I think. So yeah, here we go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye.